I'm sure you've heard the news. Baker Mayfield just lit up the Jets. This wasn't just another Sunday in the NFL. This was a statement game, and Mayfield made sure everyone watching knew it. From the very first snap, you could feel the energy in the stadium shift. The Bucs came out with a chip on their shoulder, and Mayfield was right at the center of it all, orchestrating the offense with a confidence that was impossible to ignore. The crowd could sense it too. Every time Mayfield touched the ball, there was a buzz, an anticipation that something big was about to happen. It was as if the entire team was feeding off his energy, and the Jets just couldn't match that intensity. But it's not just about the scoreboard. Sure, the numbers looked great. Touchdowns, passing yards, all the stats you'd expect from a quarterback on a mission. But if you were watching closely, you saw something deeper. This game was about pride, about proving a point, and about settling some unfinished business. It was about sending a message to the league, to the fans, and maybe most importantly, to a few people on the other sideline. Mayfield wasn't just playing for a win. He was playing for respect, for validation, and for a little bit of payback. There's drama brewing, and it's pointed straight at Wilks. For those who don't know, Steve Wilks and Baker Mayfield have a history that goes back to their days in Cleveland. It's not just a coach versus player thing, it's personal. And tonight, that tension was on full display for everyone to see. You could almost feel the electricity between them, even from across the field. Every glance, every reaction, every play seemed to carry a little extra weight, as if both men knew this was more than just another game on the schedule. So here's what went down. The Bucs came in hot, and Mayfield was on fire, throwing touchdowns, dodging tackles, and hyping up the crowd. Every time he made a big play, you could see him looking over to the sidelines, almost as if he was searching for someone. The fans were loving it, the team was feeding off his energy, and the Jets just couldn't keep up. Mayfield was in his element, making throws on the run, escaping pressure, and showing off that trademark swagger that's made him one of the most polarizing figures in the league. It wasn't just about the highlight reel plays either. It was the little things. The way he commanded the huddle, the way he encouraged his teammates, the way he refused to let the offense get complacent. Every snap, every drive, Mayfield was locked in, determined to make a statement. Stats, impressive. But the real story starts after the final whistle. When the clock hit 0, you could sense that something bigger was about to unfold. The usual handshakes and post-game rituals felt a little more intense, a little more charged. Players exchanged words, coaches gave those lingering looks, and the atmosphere was thick with anticipation. It was as if everyone knew that this game would be talked about long after the lights went out in the stadium. The tension was still there, simmering just beneath the surface, waiting for someone to address the elephant in the room. When reporters asked Mayfield about the win, he didn't sugarcoat it. He didn't hide behind cliches or give the standard one game at a time answer. Instead, he leaned into the moment, letting everyone know that this victory meant more to him than just another notch in the win column. He spoke with a raw honesty that you don't always get from athletes in the spotlight. You could tell he'd been waiting for this moment, and he wasn't going to let it pass without making his feelings known. He called this one personal. You could see it in his eyes. This wasn't just about football. This was about respect, about proving doubters wrong, and about sending a message to anyone who ever questioned his ability to lead a team. Mayfield's words were sharp, direct, and left no room for misinterpretation. He talked about the journey, the setbacks, and the critics who said he'd never make it back to this level. For Mayfield, this was more than a win. It was a vindication. A chance to remind everyone that he's still got that fire, that edge, that drive to compete at the highest level. Yep. You could feel the energy shift, like the locker room just got a little louder. Teammates rallied around Mayfield, celebrating not just the win, but the attitude he brought to the field. The music was blasting, players were dancing, and the sense of unity was stronger than ever. It was clear that Mayfield's fire had ignited something special in this Bucs squad. The celebration wasn't just about the scoreboard. It was about the belief that they could take on anyone, that they could overcome adversity, and that they had a leader who wasn't afraid to put it all on the line for his team. And then, bam! He points right at Wilks. Not with his finger, but with his words, his attitude, and his performance on the field. It was a subtle yet unmistakable call-out. Mayfield wanted everyone to know that this win was for all the times he'd been doubted, overlooked, or underestimated, especially by Wilks. The message was clear. I'm still here, and I'm not going anywhere. It was a moment that spoke volumes, even if it wasn't spelled out in so many words. Not literally, but with his words. The way he spoke, the way he carried himself, it was clear he had something to prove, and he wasn't afraid to let the world know. The press conference quickly turned into must-see TV, with reporters hanging on every word, trying to read between the lines. Every answer felt like it had a double meaning, every pause loaded with significance. Mayfield was in control, steering the narrative, making sure his side of the story was heard loud and clear. What's the beef? Well, there's history there, and Mayfield made sure everyone knew this win meant more than just another W. Back in Cleveland, Wilks and Mayfield didn't always see eye to eye. There were disagreements about play calling, leadership, and the direction of the team. Tonight, Mayfield got the last word, and he made sure to savor every second of it. It's rare to see a player so openly address past conflicts. But Mayfield didn't shy away. He embraced the narrative, using it as fuel to drive his performance and to motivate his teammates. Fans? Oh, they ate it up. Social media went wild. Memes, hot takes, you name it. Within minutes, Twitter and Instagram were flooded with clips of Mayfield's post-game comments, side-by-side photos of him and Wilks, and endless debates about what really went down. The internet loves a good rivalry, and this one just got a whole lot juicier. People were picking sides, analyzing every detail, and speculating about what might happen the next time these two cross paths. It's the kind of drama that keeps fans glued to their screens, waiting for the next chapter to unfold. Some say Mayfield's just fired up. Others think it's a full-on rivalry now. Sports talk shows are already dissecting every word, every gesture, and every play from the game. Is this the start of a new chapter in the NFL's long history of player-coach feuds? Or is it just Mayfield being Mayfield? Never backing down, always playing with a chip on his shoulder. Either way, it's got everyone talking. And you can bet this storyline isn't going away anytime soon. The league thrives on these kinds of narratives, and Mayfield is more than happy to play the role of the underdog, the agitator, the guy who refuses to be written off. Either way, the Bucs swagger is back and the drama is real. This team looks different, more confident, more united, and more dangerous than ever. If Mayfield keeps playing like this, and if the locker room keeps rallying behind him, the rest of the league better watch out. The Bucs are here to make noise, and they're not afraid to ruffle a few feathers along the way. You can see it in the way they carry themselves, the way they celebrate together, and the way they refuse to back down from any challenge. This is a team on a mission, and with Mayfield at the helm, anything feels possible. So, what do you think? Is Mayfield sending a message, or is this just classic post-game hype? Are we witnessing the birth of a new NFL rivalry? Or is this just another chapter in the wild, unpredictable story of Baker Mayfield's career? Let us know where you stand, because one thing's for sure, this story is far from over. The NFL is built on moments like these, where personalities clash, emotions run high, and the stakes feel bigger than just wins and losses. Whether you're a Bucs fan, a Jets fan, or just someone who loves a good sports drama, you can't deny that Mayfield knows how to keep things interesting. Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more NFL drama, because with Mayfield, you know it's never boring. Whether you love him or love to root against him, Baker Mayfield always finds a way to keep things interesting. Stay tuned, because if tonight was any indication, the best is yet to come. The season is just heating up, and with storylines like this, you won't want to miss a single moment, so buckle up, football fans. This ride is only getting started.